I'm Antoinette Red Woman, and I'm a direct descendant of Chief White Antelope, who died at Sand Creek. So I asked his permission, and my ancestors' permission, and Glenn Morris and George Tinker. We've been to many ceremonies together, and they know that we always ask our ancestors first in the native way before we do anything. And I am happily married to my Cheyenne husband. His name is John Paul Medicine Elk, and he has written a poem about our Cheyenne ancestors I would like to share with you. If you will please be reverent and listen for a moment. Native Sand. Native Sand is a warrior, and it reminds me of this warrior that the great artist here has made a sculpture of. This poem is titled Native Sand. My pride and my honor cry for my ancestors of Sand Creek, tears of the past. The Cheyenne spirits will cry with a native heart trail to last. Cheyenne tears echo strong in my warrior spirit of life. In fight I pray. I kick up dirt and had my pride with blood on my feather and my Cheyenne way. My native Sand memory is full of heart and love, so I give you my tears in the rain. Drips of blood frozen to the ground in the winter, lost of Cheyenne and pain. My strength today is tribute of the past, with my Cheyenne honor of spirit and land. Like an eagle in the sun, I can heal your pain with the faith of a war chief's command. I'll never forget, and I'll never let go of my heart and fury, will always look back. Native Sand is a warrior in trail, to hunt my enemies I track. I walk this earth to heal my heart with freedom, that native Sand will cry. My Sand Creek walk is my spirit to talk, with my tears of love to sands and sky. Native Sand spirit stands with the buffalo and flies with the eagles of water and desire. My native tear is with my people in dreams and prayers of Cheyenne life and fire. My winter hour is full of medicine. My spirit talk is with me to give and learn. Call me back when my mind starts to drift. It's the sands of time that won't die or burn. Like a broken feather and a war song of lightning and thunders, we hear, we honor and dance. We pray for our enemies, for what they take. In pride we die, with no forgiveness or chance. I send my tears to the spirits of mothers and children, to the Sand Creek land and home. I look to the sky and never cry alone. My Cheyenne walk is left behind to roam. To all my native born who is gone in the sky, I will forever cry a tear in my heart to be free. I am native Sand, and this message is mine, and I owe it to my family and my Cheyenne people to see. Count your tears and hold your future. Our Cheyenne blood will die with native pride. My body of life will pass on over to a spirit of peace I ride. Cheyenne strength for our ancestors, for our children of spirit. The native Sand will walk the fire and storm. My Cheyenne paint is a trail of love and lost cries of native born. Sand Creek spirits are my friends and family that give me strength through prayers that will never die or stop. They help me cry and prepare me to die with a Cheyenne feather of the battleground of blood we drop. They see me struggle, they watch me pray. They paint a road for my Cheyenne way. They all call me home with patience and tears, but my heart of love needs me to stay. Cheyenne spirits honor death from my Sand Creek family with tears of a warrior in his life and show. I give my respect and show my pain. Please let it heal my vengeful thoughts to let my enemies know. Native sand will watch the land and pray with the winters of heart and truth to cure. My weapon of faith are right by my side, blessed with tears from the sands of love that's pure. Native sand is a Cheyenne warrior, ready for destiny, and run with the test of fate. When the sands of this land call your spirit, hold your heart before it's too late. Respectfully, John Paul Medicine Elk, Full Blood Northern Cheyenne. My life is dedicated to the spirits of Sand Creek Massacre. Temptations of vengeance has no cure till we are free. November 29, 1864. Thank you very much.
I just want to thank you for sharing that with us. To a large extent, these things get erased from the memories of the new owners, the conquerors of the land. They haven't been erased from Indian memories. We live with these memories. We're aware of them constantly when we're together, when we pray, do ceremony, engage in political activism. We remember them. There's one thing that we haven't said yet that I think bears saying. Shivington was not just a man of his times. The same gets said of Columbus. He was a man of his times. You have to cut him some slack. You can't judge him by modern standards. I'm trying to remember when the Bible was actually first published, you know, the thou shalt not kill part. Was that early 20th century when that came into being? Yeah, right. Columbus knew that commandment. Shivington knew that commandment. And he could have made another choice. Remember that Ned Wynkoop, Silas Sewell, Joe Kramer, James Cannon all made other choices. Two of them were commanders of companies D and K and refused. They disobeyed a direct order from Shivington and did not deploy their companies into this mass murder. And they were there and witnessed the whole thing, wrote letters about what they saw, and those letters were important evidence in the U.S. Congress in the investigation of the Shivington affair. That's not to say that these men who refused to fire and kill Indians were not colonialists. They were. They just had a different vision about how to go about prying the land loose from, in this case, Cheyennes and Arapahoes. And weren't about to engage in the kind of reckless murder that Shivington and his men engaged in. And you ought to read the letters. They've been published by this man in the front row, David Hallis, and a colleague. They are really powerful reading. It really gets the emotions boiling to read what Kramer and Sewell wrote days after the event, when the memories were fresh in their mind. And of course, Silas Sewell was murdered in the streets of Denver for having the courage to question Shivington's actions at Sand Creek.